on top of my nursery here, and if the camera looks and sounds different, it's because I made a bit of a screw up last night and I left my camera on the tripod out in the pouring rain. So I'm shooting on my phone today. I've got my camera in a bag of rice, which is apparently the thing to do if you get your camera wet. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be back to normal. If not, I'll be shooting the next couple vlogs on this until I get my camera back in action. So today I'm on my roof because I just wanted to show you what we're doing. I've got all the channel lock put on the greenhouse now. And so now what we're gonna do, we've got a little bridge along the trusses in the greenhouse. I'm going to roll the poly along the top ridge poles, and we're going to clamp it in on the end and then unflap it and get it down. I don't think we'll be able to get the blower going because we don't have enough wiggle wire. So the guy who dropped off my channel lock for me forgot the wiggle wire. So I've got some wiggle wire, but I don't know if we have enough to do the whole greenhouse. Hopefully we do, we'll see. So I've got my GoPro up here, which I've had for the entire building of this greenhouse, including the takedown of the old one, which will eventually be in a video. But for now, I will splice in some of the time lapse from us doing this to roll out the poly, and then I'll show you guys a bit of what we've done at this greenhouse a little later on. All right, here we go. So we've done the ends first. That's the most important part. And you pull it tight with opposite ends. You channel lock in that first little bit, and then each of us work our way down across from each other and get it in. So now it's secure, so we don't have to worry about wind coming in and taking it out. And now we're just going and channel locking in the sides. I don't think we'll get the blower on it today. We won't put the end walls in either, but now at least it's covered, and we can shelter our lettuce from all this crazy rain we've had, which has been insane. And one thing I've realized with this whole project, what I'm gonna have to do is I've just got this valley that's just gonna be dumping so much water in here, is I'm going to put gutters in here. And in fact, I'll show you here what I did on my bottom channel lock is I left a good amount of wood space there. So I'm gonna put a rain gutter. I'm gonna mount a rain gutter along there. So the poly won't go past this once that's set up. And then I'm also gonna put a rain gutter on this greenhouse as well. And then both of those are gonna go to a drain pit that we're gonna dig and fill with a bunch of river rock. And eventually I'll have some water harvesting on my whole property, and I'll drain all of that into some cisterns that I'm gonna bury into the ground eventually, but that's not an immediate project, but that's something that's gonna happen eventually. All right, well, this is it. It's finished. Well, it's not finished, but at least the plastic's up now. And the hardest part of this whole project is done. And now the great thing about having this up at this point is now we don't have to worry about the rain so much. That's been a real showstopper for getting this project done. So now all that has to happen now is build the end walls. So just going to be framing in here, framing in a door. All of this will be poly, but I'll be framing in along here. I'm going to put in some kind of insulation on the bottom. I think that's going to be this rigid insulation. It's not so much to act as a well, it's an insulation, but I know that it's not going to be as effective having it that close than it would be if it was further away. However, I do know that it will give me some insulation, and I'd rather have something like that in the ground than wood, because wood's just going to rot. So you can see where I've got my bottom beam there. I'm going to have some kind of insulation from there into the ground. That'll be covered with a landscape fabric, and that will be the bottom. So all the channel lock is now in here and here. So it's all secure. The blower isn't running yet, so that doesn't matter. But it's all secure, so whatever the weather is doesn't make a difference at this point. We can do the rest of the work undercover, which is going to be awesome.